On the night of September 25, 2020, around 1 a.m., police officers were patrolling South London due to a rise in theft incidents. They were stopping individuals they found suspicious for identity checks. Meanwhile, 23-year-old Louis was stopped by the police officers as they deemed him suspicious.
I'm going to detain you under Section 1 of the Police Criminal Evidence Act, okay? The reason for that is there's a lot of burglaries in this area, and I've just seen you walk. You can just keep your hands out your pockets for now. I'll take it and have a look in a minute, all right? The reason is there's a lot of burglaries in this area, okay? It's 1:30 in the morning. I don't know who you are. You've probably got a totally legitimate excuse, all right? But at the moment, you're walking down the road with a duffel bag, all right? Which I believe may have stuff going to equipped to do a burglary, all right? So I'm just going to search you.
This? Okay, I've got my ID.
Perfect, okay, that's fine. Don't put your hands in your pockets. Hey, hello, don't put your hands in your pockets, okay? You okay?
During the stop, Louis appeared extremely anxious, and 2 police officers continuously tried to calm him down. Diagnosed with autism at the age of 13, Louis would later explain that his anxiety was due to his condition.
You're just going to be searched, mate. You're not under arrest. I just need to search you. You okay? All right. Just a bit nervous, yeah?
My parents, please.
Okay. Are they expecting you home? Okay, that's fine. All right, that's fine.
Give me 2 seconds. You give me 2 seconds. Do you want me to hold that? It's alright. You're not in trouble. You're not in trouble. So my colleagues just explained. He was just quickly search you, see if you've got anything, and then you're going to be gone. This is all being recorded on body camera. Okay? You're not in trouble. My colleagues just said a few of the grounds, and he was just going to quickly search you, and you're free to go.
Okay.
It's fine to do a copy of the slip.
I'm going to confess, okay?
Yeah.
In that bag is non-medical cannabis.
Okay. How much have you got in there?
I've got maybe 3 or so grams.
Louis, instead of feeling relieved after confessing, his uneasiness still persisted.
Okay. All right. I'm still going to have to search you, all right? So just pass me your phone and your mask, okay? All my concern is at the moment is if you've got anything on that's going to hurt me or you. Any needles, any razor blades, anything like that. Okay, fine. Because you just told me you've got drugs on you, I'm just going to have to put you in handcuffs while I search you. The reason... What's the matter? So the reason for that is people try and do silly things when we search them. They try and hurt themselves, they try and hurt police officers, all right?
Can you take me into the car, please?
Why? Don't resist.
When Louis heard that a search would be conducted, it was evident that he became anxious once again. The police officers continued to explain the procedure in order to reduce his anxiety. At that moment, Louis said he wanted to get into the police car. The reason was that he was carrying an antique weapon. If the officers took him to the car without searching him, he would have time to better conceal the weapon.
Listen to me very carefully.
I know.
Don't resist.
Okay, we'll put you in the car, but put the handcuffs in first, yeah?
Okay.
Is it someone's watching us? Or...
Look, take the bag, please. Thank you.
Why do you want us to sit you in the car?
Just worried, please.
Why? Why are you worried?
Just...
You think your parents might see?
No.
Right, get in the car, mate. Control, can I create a CAD for a stop of a person on London Road, junction with Pollard's Hill North, please? Don't put your hands in your pockets. Don't do that again. Do you understand? Do you understand? That's the 3rd time you've done that, and I've told you not to. Next time, listen to me, next time you're going to be handcuffed to the back. All right? 3 times I've asked you. You speak perfectly good English. Stop doing it.
As he had thought, the police allowed him into the car without searching him. Shortly after, Louis was seen being warned by the police for constantly putting his hands in his pockets.
Received. At the moment, I've tried to do you a favour by taking you off the street. You've not told me why. I'm just saving you a little bit of embarrassment. Now you've reached into... Stop talking. You've now reached into your pockets 3 times I've told you not to, right? You've now told me you've got drugs on you when I thought you might have had some sort of tool on you to burgle someone's house. So now I'm going to search you stood right here, all right? Because I don't know what else you've got on you. And I think there's more to this story than you're letting on, despite having drugs on you, all right? Okay, so I asked you earlier, I'm not too sure what the answer was. Have you got anything on you like sharp that can hurt me or you?
No.
No? Yeah, canisters.
Oh.
Right, at the moment, I'm placing you under arrest.
Before being taken to the station, the police conducted a routine pat-down search and found bullets on Louis. This raised the suspicion that he might be carrying a weapon, so a more thorough search was carried out.
Could I have van and cell space for one male adult arrested for possession of what I believe to be bullets on London Road, junction with Pollard's Hill North? 1567. Okay, thanks. Needs to search the back of him.
A1, you've got a South Star back windmiller.
Just say receive for me.
Yeah,
Just hold his jacket up for me.
We're changing to handcuffs to rear.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You got one pair of trousers on?
I have a second pair of thermals.
Right, okay. Okay, I'm just going to search your inside leg. Spread your legs slightly for me, thank you. Where'd you get the boots from? Yeah, all good.
Although the police officers searched Louis thoroughly, they could not find the weapon hidden under his clothing. Louis was then placed in the police car and taken on his way to the station. During the journey, it was noticed that Louis was constantly moving. In fact, what he was doing was using the fact that the handcuffs were not tightened properly, despite being in cuffs, to remove the gun from its holster. The officers had left the handcuffs slightly loose because they believed he didn't have anything dangerous on him.
Mind your hands. Darling, I'm going to close the door, alright?
When getting out of the police car, Louis can be seen taking the gun out of its holster and holding it in his hand.
Do you want me to stay with you?
No, it's fine. Possession of a firearm, aka a bag of what look like bullets. Possession of an intense supply, Class B.
Who is the other unit that's come
So you probably don't need a further search.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Right, just sit back, listen, wind them down, but don't take the cuffs off.
Yeah, it's fine.
Stand up, mate.
He's been a bit.
Go on.
Not
I
understand.
think this is it.
I understand, stand up.
So please leave.
What?
Can you please leave? I think I'm going to pass on.
Okay, listen to me.
The police sergeant comes to the interrogation room to explain to Louis why he was arrested and to read him his rights. However, shortly after, Louis pulls out the weapon he had hidden.
My name's Matt, I'm the custody officer, right? I'm in charge. I'm not involved in the investigation. You've been arrested on suspicion of possession of bullets, ammunition and possession of intent to supply.
Class B.
Class B, anything else?
That's it.
Alright, your detention's not been authorised yet, but I can authorise a search of you under section 54 of PACE. Stand up. Mate, you were good enough to...
When Louis fired his first shot, he struck the police sergeant in the chest. Other officers quickly tried to intervene, but he managed to fire 3 more shots. A total of 4 shots were fired. The first 2 hit the police sergeant, while the third bullet lodged in the wall. The fourth shot ricocheted and struck Louis in the neck. After the incident, both Louis and the police sergeant were rushed to the hospital and taken to intensive care. Shortly after, it was reported that the police sergeant had passed away. Louis survived, but remained in a coma for 2 months. He suffered brain damage and was left paralyzed. Although the exact reason why Louis was carrying the gun that evening is unknown, investigations suggested that he had taken it with the intention of seriously injuring or killing his father. It was known that Louis's father had been a cocaine addict when Louis was still a child, and had subjected him to emotional abuse. Had the police not stopped Louis that evening, the path he was on would have led directly to his father's house. In the trial against Louis, his lawyers argued that he was unfit for trial due to his health issues, but the court, after approximately 3 years, decided to begin the proceedings, taking into account that Louis could answer simple yes or no questions in writing, even though he could not speak.
Louis De Zoysa, at 1:26 in the morning on the 25th of September 2020, you shot dead Sergeant Matt Ratana. He was the custody sergeant at Croydon Police Station. He had devoted his life to public service. He put himself in the way of danger to protect the public and to protect and safeguard those who came into custody. You have robbed Sue Bushby of their future life together, Diane Peachy of her stepson, Luke Ratana of his father, and Jessica Williams and James Young of their brother. They are all rightly immensely proud of the man you killed. They recognise that you bear the sole responsibility for his murder. They say in their victim impact statements that for the officers who were on duty that night, they have nothing but support, sympathy, admiration and respect. Luke Ratana himself is a police officer. He knows as well as anyone the dangers they face day in, day out, and the difficult circumstances in which they operate.
Prosecutors argued that Louis's actions constituted a deliberate crime and that he deserved the harshest penalty the law could impose. In response, his lawyers claimed that he was autistic, had experienced an involuntary neurological breakdown at the time of the incident, and was unable to control his actions due to childhood trauma. However, the 12-member jury did not find this defense convincing and unanimously found Louis guilty. As a result, Louis was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
You said that you had an autistic meltdown. You said that you had diminished responsibility. The jury disagreed. The jury found you guilty of murder. The sentence for murder is set by law. It is life imprisonment. So I sentence you to life imprisonment. I have a great deal of medical evidence about your condition, and I have been given very great assistance from your lawyers. I have all the information that is necessary to pass sentence. The law requires the court to decide whether to set a minimum term order or a whole life order. A minimum term order means that you can be considered for release after the minimum term. A whole life order means that you remain in custody for the rest of your life. The aggravating factors, in my judgment, outweigh the mitigating factors. The aggravating effect of your use of a gun and the planning and premeditation outweigh the mitigating effects of your personal mitigation, including the impact of custody. There is therefore no justification to depart from the starting point of a whole life order. That is what Parliament has decided should normally apply as a starting point to the murder of a police officer in the execution of their duty. The seriousness of the offence means that a minimum term order is not justified. A whole life order must be imposed. Louis De Zoysa, I sentence you to imprisonment for life. I impose a whole life order. That means you will remain in custody for the rest of your life. You may now be taken from the dock.